Hello everyone, my name is Martin, your favorite business coach from Finance Oracle. I am here again today to share with you tips that will help you to run and grow your business effectively. Well, today we are going to be considering a very wonderful topic, which is scaling too fast. What does it mean when you hear a business is scaling too fast? It means the business is growing too fast. And the question you will ask me is what to do when your business is growing too fast. Well, I do not recommend you slow down the growth of your business, but I recommend that you get the quality of people who are able to handle the rate of growth in your business. You know, there are signs for you to know that your business is scaling too fast. Number one sign is when you have an accelerated complaint from customer complaints. Let me give you an example. Let's say that originally you have an average of 10 complaints in a month, and suddenly you start observing an average complaint of up to 50 customers in a month. And if this happens first month, repeat again, second month, and the third month, it means that your business is scaling too fast. Number two experience to know that your business is scaling too fast is when you start experiencing a capital problem. You have a running capital of let's say $100,000, and all of a sudden you realize that your $100,000 is trapped down, and you have another order and yet another order, and you've not been able to execute. It means your business is scaling too fast. I will give you an example. Let's say that day one you got an order of $100,000, which is what you have as your running capital and what you usually do. And you finish executing, maybe it takes about 10 to 15 days. And by number 30 days, you finish supplying and you've put in your invoice, you've gotten all the documents you require, maybe JCC, job completion certificate and all that. And you put in your invoice, and you're waiting to be paid in 120 days. And on the 30th, you got another order, very beautiful, $100,000. And on the 60th, you got another order, $100,000. And yet, you've not been able to receive your $100,000 or your payment for the first invoice because you're waiting for the 120, and yet you've gotten two more orders. That is a sign the business is scaling too fast. You have nice cash flow, but no money to execute it. Now the question is, what do you do? Well, you will need someone that will provide you with some sort of external capital. It could be a bank or it could be a fintech company. Yes, many fintech companies do this. What they do is that they verify your order is payable. They verify, first they verify the customer has given you order. Secondly, they verify it is a profitable business for you. And they find out how many days it will take. And it's okay, come on. You need 100,000. We are gonna give you 80,000. We have deducted 20% from source, which is 20,000 USD. And for you look at it and say, okay, I'm gonna be spending 70,000 USD actually for this project. So if I take 80,000 from them, I am making a 10,000 profit. And the beautiful thing about it is that at source, at the beginning, upfront, you're making 10,000 USD. I mean, you don't need to sweat, and you use the other 7,000 to execute the job, and they pay after 120 days. The fintech company takes their money, but already you've made a profit of 10,000 USD without sweating. And this is what retailers does. Well, by the way, retailers business is not selling products, but it is selling money itself. How do I mean? You know what they do? They take money from you, the buyer, and they order a product. So already they've taken money from your 100% payment, and they place an order for a product, and the product comes in. And you know what? The money they took from you, they didn't pay to the seller. They told the manufacturer, okay, we have credit facility with you. We are gonna pay you after 120 days. So the money which they took from you, the buyer, they've kept it in the bank, and they are gonna pay the seller at 120 days later, which is 3 months, and by then they've taken 5% profit of this money. So you see, they are making profits of this money, and at the same time, they are also going to make profit of the products. And this is what retailers do, and that's how they make a lot of money in business. But then remember that growing too fast is a capacity problem. I mean, growing too fast itself is such a great thing, but it's a capacity problem. So what are the capacities you need? Number one, you need human capital, the quality of people who will be able to come up with these ideas. How should I come up with the idea that I should take 100% from you, and at the same time reach an agreement with the supplier that I'm going to pay him after 120 days? It is because I've gotten quality staff, or I've gotten quality knowledge myself, which will tell me that this is how business is being run. Okay, so human capacity is very important. Number one problem that's associated with capacity is financial. And number three is technological. Being able to identify what technologies are in vogue, what technologies do I need to meet customers' need at a cheaper rate and very quickly. So all these issues are what is associated with with scaling too fast. Well, I would like to tell you about this. Someone asked me and said, okay, I run a business in Dubai, and I'm just a startup, and now I'm having a lot of calls from Kenya, from Ghana, and all other part of Africa for supplies. And yet I realize that it's going to be difficult for me to achieve them because I'm just having few supply. Well, there is a theory which we call the minimum viable order. This theory is just talking about this scenario. There is a certain volume of order you need, and below that you cannot cover your fixed costs. So if you have such an order that you cannot cover your fixed costs, then it is not a great order to achieve. It may look so good, it may look attractive, but then it is not a good order for you. But then the question, just for example, maybe not in your main market, you're invited to a new market, So what do you do? Well, the major thing you should do is to find an in-country partner who will be willing to execute those for you. Do not take such execution risk, but get an in-country partner who will do this for you. Let me give you an example. Machine manufacturers, OEMs, like Engasarand, Atlas Copco Company, and all that. You ask yourself, why do they have presence in almost all the countries? It is because they're able to get in-country partners. They get distributors, and they say to the distributors, one condition for you to be a distributor, you have to order 50 compressors, 20 pumps, and all this. Then you can be a distributor. You place order for those pumps, you give them your money, and they use your money to build those equipment and send to you. And this happens in about 120 other countries where their presence are. So you realize that just with your own money, that they are running their factory, their manufacturing plant 100%. Because by the time they have 50 orders from 120 countries, you can imagine how many equipment they should be manufacturing. So they won't even need to invest their own money. They're using your money to manufacture for you. All they did was to create the technology. This is also what you could say in, let's say, I have a designer's shoe company like Adidas. You realize that Adidas actually cannot run a shop in all the countries, and in different outlets in almost in all the malls. But what they do is that they get an in-country partner who will run this business for them. Therefore, they manufacture and they use the in-country partner money to manufacture and send to him as he places order, and he sells for them and they make their profits. Everyone makes his profits and they grow as a company. Okay, this is what businesses do. So you see that the risk of execution has been lifted from them. Even the running capital for the company itself, buying raw materials, taking care of equipment and all that, paying staffs and profit has already been taken off front. So this is how businesses run. So in a case where you don't meet the viable minimum order, you should think of a way out of it. You know, I may not be able to, let's say I have a brand, Zara Fashion House, where I make some fashion clothes, I do fashion business, I make clothing and all that. I may not be able to afford to own a shop in major cities in Nigeria or in Africa, but I can actually be able to secure a table space because I have an in-country partner. I'm able to secure a corner because I have an in-country partner. And this is what car dealers does. Not just car dealers, even phone dealers and all that. If you go to market niches like Computer Village or MTN in Port Harcourt, you notice that there are many people who are selling phones in the same place. So this is because they feel that if I have to take my market out there, I won't be able to take care of the fixed costs. If I can go to the niche, I can just secure a table space and share with some other person, and I'm still able to reap my customers. Why? Because I know that anyone who wants to buy a phone is coming to this place. Therefore, I could actually locate my business here, get a small table shop, and then I will be able to reap my customers. I will be able to harvest them at the point where they've come to buy. When they go to shop A, they are not able to buy, they walk into shop B, and shop B could actually be where my table space is. So, you see, there is need for you to be able to put in the right calculations in place, knowing that you may not have the capacity to run all the fixed costs yourself, especially when your business is scaling too fast, but you would be able to strategically make arrangements either with in-country partner or by some other means, distributorship and all that, to be able to do this. So the business scaling too fast itself is not a problem. But what is a problem is your ability to get the right set of people to run this business for you. Business scaling too fast itself is a good news. But then putting all the required manpower, finance, technology, and whatever you may need to run this business. You need to grow the strategy, and then slowly you will be able to keep the finances available as you continue to make profit. So do not be afraid if your business is scaling too fast. It's a good thing, but then you must take this advice and put them in use, else the business may collapse so soon. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and I hope you've learned a lot of things.